Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hopefully you are doing well. May Allah shower all His blessings upon you and your family. Remember me in your prayers too. Dear students, we are working upon the chapter Education and Training of Character by Sir Richard Livingstone. We have discussed the basic lesson and now we are to discuss its different questions regarding different aspects of the chapter. So here are the important questions related to this chapter. First chapter question is, what according to Sir Richard Livingstone are the three main kinds of education? I have told you while discussing the chapter that the writer has divided the vast continent of education into three parts according to basic needs of all human beings. And what are these basic needs? These are to earn a livelihood, these are to live in a society, and then these are to develop their personalities. So according to these main types, on the basis of these main types, the education has been divided into three basic parts, which is types, which are that men are to in order to learn their livelihood, they are to gain, they are to achieve, earn uh, vocational education or professional education. Then in order to live in a society, in order to behave well in a society, they are to gain the basic social education. And then thirdly, in order to develop their personalities, they are in search of the moral or spiritual education. These are basic three types of education. Now we are going to discuss these types in detail. So here's the question: what's the vocational education, or what are its benefits? And these questions are not very lengthy. These are also very easy to memorize as well, and they are very simple to understand as well. I hope you will find not any difficulty while understanding these chapters in these questions. So here is a question: what is vocational education? What are its benefits? I have told you that vocational education is a type of education which is necessary to gain in order to earn someone's livelihood. Uh, this is very important to a type of skill, a type of education which makes you professional, type of education which makes you earn your livelihood, and in return it also produces doctors, engineers, scientists, economists, administrators, technologists. Even the minor occupation are also result of this vocational education. The tailors, the beauticians, the electricians, the mechanics, all are in need of learning a skill which is the result of vocational education. So when it comes to its benefits, it not only helps someone to earn the livelihood but also produces skilled worker in a society, and it is very necessary to supply the necessities of life, comforts and luxuries of life even to the people, and thus makes a man to make their role, to play their role in the progress and prosperity of their society. So the coherent of the uh, sorry actually the effectiveness of the society depends upon the vocational education. People are not only to earn their livelihood but also produce the luxuries and comforts of life for the other one another. Now is question number three: what is a social or political education? What are its benefit? Social or political education means the training in citizenship. And when men are living in a society, they cannot lead an isolated life. They are to depend upon one another for their needs, and to have a good relationship with one another. They are to uh, be a good citizen as well. So this type of education is necessary to develop a beautiful harmony with one another. The coherence of society depends upon the social or political education, how well you behave in a society, how good you are to one another while living in a society. So this type of education is required to be a good person while living in a social society. So vocational education is the education which is directly related to earn a livelihood and make the life of one another easy, while the social life or political education is all responsible for making someone a good citizen and make the life of one another easy and peaceful. What is a moral or spiritual education? This is the education which is directly related to the need of the soul. the efficiency of community, how good the people are, how effective the community is for themselves and for the other communities as well, is all depends upon the moral or spiritual education. This type of education is necessary to develop the personalities of the people to a maximum. The society's standards, their sense of values, their uh, customs, and all of it depends upon the spiritual education. How well people are educated spiritually, it determines their standards as well. These are the four basic questions. As far as question number four is concerned, I think we will discuss this topic in detail uh, via voice notes, or if you are not going to understand it, or perhaps if we have some other questions regarding this chapter, then we will also discuss. Yes, we must have some other questions, so we will discuss question number four once again in combination with those questions later on. So you are to memorize first three questions, and on Monday you will write down this question and send it to me on the WhatsApp groups. Till then, very goodbye from me. May Allah shower all His blessings upon you and your family. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.